Hello, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at what a T.A.S tier list would look like. T.A.S is Tool Assisted Super Play. If you don't know what that means, it's just basically like, what if a computer that made no mistakes, had frame 1 reaction, perfect execution every single time, was playing? And that is what today's tier list is going to be like. I have already ordered most of it because I don't want to make like a 40-minute video, but for the most part, bad is characters that will get destroyed off stage, and Lucario, because Lucario in theory should never ever get aura, because how is he going to live past honor when you're dying at 70 every single time to perfect kill confirms? Can be are characters with just like okay or neutral, but again, the trend of not great recovery stay there. Little Mac especially, like he's very fast, but his neutral is really bad. Can be beat is honestly, it's like the same thing. It's like their neutral stays about the same with T.A.S, and then their recoveries are just getting slowly better. I might have underrated like characters like Lucina, maybe Luigi, but I feel like Luigi would never be able to get the hit. I guess I'll put him in kills you in one hit, but how are you gonna get the hit? And then these characters, like neutral is tough. They don't have it like they have really good combos, but they have nothing that'll kill you like instantly. Like Puff maybe with edge guarding, but also every character is gonna have a perfect recovery. Snake is and Broken. I don't know why I said him specifically. I just who I saw, but Broken is characters that are just like really good. They're gonna hit you for 50 every single time. But they're actually I'm gonna move Gunner down and Samus up. They're gonna hit you every single time for a ton of damage. It's just like they need to hit you twice, because every single one of these characters, except maybe Rosalina and maybe Snake in very specific setup situations, needs to hit you at least twice, probably more times, and that is why they are here. Wins It All are characters that either need to hit you once or just twice, but once is like very specific, except exceptions of Marth. Marth will probably need to hit you multiple times, but in theory, he's always getting tip. Actually, I'm going to move to Broken, but Marth is better than Lucina and T.A.S 100% because Marth is always going to get tippers. And then these are just like characters that are either incredibly quick with like a good recovery, good neutral, good combos, or just characters with like a super strong combo game. Like Banjo's combo game is, I don't know if he kills you in one hit, but he's like doing an insane amount of damage with like Ed combos with Lays. He's gonna get Wonder Wing every single time he throws it out. Pichu has infinites, or not infinites, but it'll kill you in one hit in theory, but it's like very specific situations. So I'm actually super sure. I can see Pichu, Lucas, and Isabel. Actually, Pichu and Lucas, I don't know how they really would work in this, but they're definitely the most tough. Greninja, again, speed. Hero is always going to have the best buffs on because he's going to be able to read through the menu in less than 1 second. Like in a frame, he reads the menu, closes the menu, opens up again, gets it what he wants every single time. Game & Watch will have the best juggling in the game. How are you supposed to get down? Meta Knight has ladder combo, so I guess he's also getting it going in this. Actually, it's pretty easy for Meta Knight to get the hit. I'll put Meta Knight in Unbeatable, because he should kill you almost every single time. Mario should kill you every single time, but it's hard for him to get the hit. Wario's only going to kill you with Waft. Fox is neutral is amazing, but he's not going to kill you every single time. And he can get edge guarded actually very easily. PT just has like 3 characters that are all amazing with a ton of utility on every single one of them. And like Squirtle's a ton of damage. Charizard you're going to be killing every single time. It's going to be perfect placement every single time. Like all PT, when to use them, so that's always helpful. Diddy is, if like, what's it called? Pyramid Scheme is still in the game. Diddy's like the best T.A.S character, but it's not. He doesn't have an infinite. He just has like 80% combo, so he needs to win it twice. But winning twice when you have frame 1 reactions and you can throw a banana isn't that hard. And then Lucas and Pichu, honestly, especially Lucas, because Lucas has a ton of stuff with Slingshot, I really don't know. So that's the gimme. That's the Lucas gimme. If you know more, please let me know. And if any of these characters are underrated, I could definitely see a couple of them. Like I could see Rosa being really low. I could see Puff being really low. But we wouldn't really know, or we won't know until someone makes a T.A.S bot. So if you're coding a T.A.S bot right now, keep it up. You're doing good work. I'm assuming it better be good. And then getting into kills in one hit. But how do they get the hit? The hit. We have Luigi, Rob, Kazuya, Peach, Sora, I was going to say Kameme, Ices, Ness, Link, Isabel, and Mario. Mario is maybe the most one with contention because it's like a lot. Actually, I'm going to move him down because a lot of his stuff is based off platform stuff, and you're not always going to have that access to a platform. Isabel, if she jabs you, you're dead. Link, if he footstools you with bomb out, you're dead. Ness, if he PK suck. What? Oh my God, the down B, his down B. It's not PK suck. Please don't quote me on that. If he hits you with that, you're dead. And Nana and Popo, if they hit you ever, you're dead. Sora, forward air, and nair, and probably down air tilts, maybe? And then Peach, down tilt, back air, nair, turnip. He has to have turnip for all of these. Grab, probably. Kazuya, I mean, you know Kazuya. We basically have T.A.S Kazuya right now, because you can do all... Oh, I didn't start the set. My bad, guys. I'll put on, like, a mini set, maybe. I don't know what I'll do. But, sorry about that. But the way that Kazuya works is he's going to hit you every single time. Like, we essentially already have a T.A.S Kazuya. So it's like, do we really need... Like, do we really really need T.A.S for this. We can kind of see what it's like right now, and it's really good, but it's not winning every single thing all the time. So I think Kazuya here is fine. Rob, it's hard for him to get the hit. He is big, and he does get it off a gyro, which is like maybe something I'm underrating, so I could see Rob being higher. But it's really, he's going to get comboed like hell. And like the bigger you are, especially in T.A.S, matters a ton. And then Luigi is just like Luigi. If he grabs you once, you're dead. If he hits you with anything else, it's going to leave. Actually, if he hits you with like any aerial or grab or down tilt, you should be dead. Pretty much everything else, you're going to be fine. He's also going to sweet spot up B almost every single time, which is always nice. Now, moving on to Unbeatable Hurt. These are the 12 characters that I have. These characters all have one thing in common, or two, I guess two things. They either kill you off every single hit and they can get the hit, or their neutral is unbeatable. Starting with Min Min. Min Min, how do you get in versus Min Min? Her range is insane. She's going to have perfect spacing on you. The problem is, I'm actually going to put a Mennonite buffer. Once you get in versus Min Min, you're going to destroy her. It's just so hard for you to get in versus Min Min. She has perfect spacing every single time, plus frame reactions, just like a ton of like broken stuff. It's like Min Min is a huge problem, don't get me wrong, but I think once people get in, or once T.A.S gets in, I'm just going to refer to T.A.S as people, and Infinite, every time I say Infinite, I mean they're going to kill you in one hit, even if it's just like a 0 to death. I'm just going to say Infinite because it's easier. But Min Min, if she hits you, you should not die every single time, but you should get ledge trapped to death every single time. And then she does have some 0 deaths, like maybe not 0 deaths, but like starting at like 20, I think she can kill you at certain hits. And I think she's amazing. She's going to 2-frame you essentially every single time. So Min Min is really good, but if you hit her, she should die every single time. Again, I'm saying every single time a lot. Every time you hit someone, they should die with T.A.S, but sometimes there's characters that can get out. And I think one of them would actually be Mega Man. Mega Man has a infinite, which is always nice. He also has his uppies broken. He also has insanely good juggling. He also has lemons, which I feel like would be amazing. And he also has down B. Down B is probably like down B is like one of his most broken moves right now. I think it would be okay in T.A.S, still be really good, but not like how crazy it is right now. But the fact that he's an infinite is always nice, and he can get in with his infinite because it is projectile infinite. Plus lemons are just like lemons are super broken. So I might be overing Mega Man. Maybe it's too hard for him to get in, but I think he's just like absolutely amazing, unreal. He might be there in like the Link tier though, because there's like an item projectile infinite. Same with Peach as well, but I just think his is the easiest to get to. Next up is going to be Zero Suit. Zero Suit is really good because her neutral is really good. Her problem is she is not going to get a ton off the hit. The most she should get off of a hit is like super fully optimized combo is probably like 40-50%, which is not like a lot. Even in general ult, it's not a lot. That's why she's like, it's really hard to do well with Zero Suit because you have to be winning neutral a ton. Now, granted, her neutral's insane, and T.A.S will be winning it almost every single time. It's just like a lot of the time you actually will be able to live till decent percents, but then she's gonna hit you with a nair flip kick or like just a raw flip kick or a nair into back air or like spacing with Zair is gonna be unreal. It's just like her neutral's gonna be broken, but she's not gonna have the insane combo game that everyone else here has, except obviously one character. But we'll get to him. Then next up is going to be probably Pac-Man. Pac-Man is Galaga. If Pac-Man hits you with Galaga, you should either be dying or taking like 80. And then also he has Bell setups with, because remember, Pac-Man is essentially always going to have Hydrant down, and every single placement of every single fruit is going to be frame perfect. It's going to go exactly where he wants. He's going to create checkmate situations with fruit, which I think is very underrated. Having a checkmate on T.A.S is incredibly good, and then plus he has like an amazing recovery for T.A.S. He has like super good killing with Bell. Key as well. You're going to be able to react to it frame 1 though, so Key isn't that big of a deal. But just mainly Bell and Galaga being options, plus having like incredibly good normals and pretty good neutral as well with Fire Hydrant. Fire Hydrant, like without Fire Hydrant, I don't know if he has it. With Fire Hydrant, having that thing that you have to deal with, plus dealing with Galaga and Bell, just like, it takes the cake. Next up is probably going to be Aegis, because Aegis, in theory, has second best juggling to Game & Watch, but their neutral is way better than Game & Watch. Like, they have the second best neutral out of anyone with T.A.S. It is, like, going to be basically impossible to hit them. But again, kind of like Min Min, once you hit them, you should be killing them every single time because their recovery is buns. But Pirate and Mithra should juggle you forever. You should be able to just use only Mithra, essentially, because you're going to juggle them perfectly to death. Plus, you're going to hit that forward smash at up tilt. Your down tilt confirms every single time, so you really need to worry about that. So I think it would be, honestly, it's not even Pirate Mithra. It's mainly going to be Mithra, but Mithra's neutral is so good with T.A.S that I think she'd just be unbeatable. Next up is the final, well, I guess not the final neutral character, We have one left. My bad. Is Sheik. Sheik's neutral is also insane. The only reason she's not like higher is I think there is going to be some situations where Sheik is going to need to get 2 or 3 hits, and I know Pyra and Zero Suit are going to be need to get more than 2 or 3 hits. Pac-Man as well, and Min Min. Some of these characters are going to be need to get multiple hits, but Pyra and or Sheik is going to get those hits a lot more, where you get like that. You sometimes you're going to get those 0 deaths or to 2 hits, plus you have that amazing neutral, and Neil's camping with T.A.S. doesn't seem beatable, but then again, nothing in T.A.S. does. Now we have 6 left, and the next one is going to be Brawler. Yeah, Brawler. Brawler. The only reason Shulk is a below or above Brawler, I suppose, is because one, Brawler relies a lot on platforms for his infinites, so it's like kind of like a Mario thing, honestly, where it's like sometimes Brawler isn't gonna be able to get his infinite combo because the platform isn't there for him. But I would say that Brawler's combos are just like way more reliable because you don't have to take someone to the side. He kills off the top way earlier with Thrupper. His Nair is like, God, that's insane. I think Brawler's going to be killing you every single time. Plus, his neutral is like amazing. He's incredibly quick. His aerials come out really fast. His down tilt is a great poking move. All that kind of stuff. And he has mixed up with his recovery because he's going to have a flip kick and then probably burning kick, just like for T.A.S. because you're going to want the best recovery for T.A.S. because you're not really going to need a command grab like at all. So I think Brawler's going to have a decent recovery, and he's going to be killing you almost every single time. But these characters are either Shulk and Sonic or going to be killing you every single time. And the first one is Shulk. Shulk is here because of dial storage, which is, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. I don't even know if there's an ultimate video on dial storage. It might just be a Smash 4 video. There's so much to explain about it, but just know dial storage is really good. And Shulk is really good because he's going to have insane neutral. He's going to have insane damage. He's going to have insane longevity, which most characters won't have because of Shield Art, because of Smash Art. Now, sometimes characters will be able to combo him in Shield Art, but Smash Art's going to be the main thing at those low percents. He's going to be able to get out of those combos, and he's going to be able to have Jump Art to like get out of disadvantage plus Speed Art. I think Shulk would be incredibly broken with T.A.S. Is he top? Oh, he's top 5, but is he top 4? No, because that 4th spot goes to Joker. Joker probably, I know I said Mithra has the best neutral here. It's probably Joker. Joker is like so hard to hit, and he does have infinites on ledges or platforms with up air. So if Joker ever hits you near a platform, grabs you, forward airs you, down tilts you near a platform, you're dead. Just straight up, if you're up B's you, which he shouldn't be, you're dead. And honestly, the only thing keeping me back, ironically, is Arsene. Because if Joker gets Arsene, he gets worse with T.A.S., at least in my opinion, because his recovery is that much worse. And it's not like you need the super strong options to kill, because every time you hit someone, they're going to die. But I guess you're also going to have like access to like down air as a kill option. You're going to have access to just like things killing earlier. So it's not always bad, but I will say in general, it does make him a little weaker. Not like, actually, it doesn't make him probably worse, but like, it could screw him over, and that's probably why he's not, or that's not probably, that's why he's not number 3 in my mind. But his neutral's insane. Gun, Slingshot T.A.S. Gun is ridiculous. I feel like I've barely been including Slingshot in my mind. Slingshot class, like, oh my god, Slingshot T.A.S. Gun is basically untouchable. Like, hitting Joker is going to be incredibly hard, and that is why he's number 4. The only reason he's not like higher is because he only has one combo or 0 death infinite, while the rest of these characters by these two have more than that, a lot more than that. And I don't know who it is between Steve and Pikachu. I really don't, because on one hand, Pikachu has better edge guarding and better approaching because of Thunder Jolt. There's a lot more situations you get set up, but Pikachu also does set up a lot more 50-50s, though I feel like a lot of those 50-50s would be avoided because of like you're going to be getting the perfect combo every single time. And I'm going to put Steve as number 3, and it's going to be because it is going to be incredibly hard for Steve. Because granted, I don't know if I said this at the start. This is T.A.S. versus T.A.S., by the way. This isn't T.A.S. versus a human, because then, like, Steve's 100% number 1. But, like, Steve or Sonic is number 1. But, like, Steve with T.A.S., it's like, he's not going to, like, this right here, this perfect set, this situation, that does not happen. The wall is broken immediately. Steve gets maybe 1 resource. Steve is never going to have resources, essentially ever, which is a huge problem for him because he gets significantly worse without them. And then also, if his tools break, he may just not be able to replenish them until the next stock, which is, again, a huge problem. Minecart Anvil will essentially never work, which is, like, his main way in. So he's going to hit you every single time Steve hits you with any move he has. Unironically, I think every single move he has, except, like, back air or dash attack, probably down air as well, he's gonna kill you with. But like it's hard. It's kind of hard for him to get in, and the tools breaking is the main thing keeping him out. Number two is Pikachu. Pikachu is, I think he just has a better approach than Steve. Plus, his T-Gel doesn't break, which is like his main approach option. If Pikachu hits you with everything except a Smash Attack, Dash Attack, or F Tilt, you're dead. Unless I miss one, maybe down air he doesn't kill off of, but forward air he should be killing you off of every single time. Nair, like, because he should be able to drag down it basically every single time, should be killing you. Back air should be killing you every single time. Up air should be killing you every single time because you lead to up air bridges. A grab obviously kills you every single time. Up tilt does because of Nair loops. It's like Pikachu will kill you off of every single hit, and his approaching is very, very good. No flubs there. Plus, he has quick attack, which is always nice, even though you can react to it frame one. The fact that you have an out that some characters just won't be able to cover is incredibly good. So I think Pikachu is number two. And now I think a lot of people, well, I think the top three, everyone was kind of expecting. At least you have Steve and Sonic, or Steve Pikachu in the top three. At least Steve. Sonic may be surprised, and I think people will be surprised when I have Sonic as the best TAS character. And this is up to very little. This is the only thing on this list I'm actually pretty sure about. Because how on earth do you hit TAS Sonic? And it's funny, because the answer is you actually don't ever. There is not a world you should be able to hit TAS Sonic. If TAS Sonic ever has a lead at any point in the game, if he ever hits you, you're dead. And that is, I'm not talking lightly, you've lost the game. Because you will never be able to hit him ever. I don't care how good you think you are. He is too dang quick to hit. And I think, honestly, that's all it takes. Because also, like, yes, Sonic has incredible combos. His recovery would be really good for TAS. Spin dash and, like, canceling and stuff like that with frame one reactions is really hard. His neutral B is kind of gutted, but that's kind of a side point. Actually, you can't set it up as a mean edgeguard tool, but it's not going to be great. But, like, his aerials are still all really good. His specials are okay. It's just, like, his speed is, like, I think I said, like, three different characters have the best neutral in TAS. Sonic has the best neutral in TAS by far, and I think it makes him the best TAS character. Maybe not by far, maybe in an actual situation, when Sonic does get hit once, like, inevitably he does kill you, but in theory, you should never, ever be able to hit Sonic, and I think that's why he's the best TAS character in the game. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, all the stuff down below. I'm sure I underrated like 5 characters for sure, but this is kind of roughly what I would have as the best characters in the game with TAS. And again, this is TAS versus TAS, not TAS versus human. That looks incredibly different. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Any character discussion down below, I'm super interested in. All this kind of stuff is just interesting. If you're building a TAS mod right now, keep up the good work. Hopefully it's done in the next month so I can make another TAS video. Very specific time. I don't know why, but it better be done by then. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to sub, all yada yada. Support means a lot to me. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.